2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Kewlcast podcast. I am your host for the week, Travis, aka T-Man Kewl, joined by my co-host, David, aka Duck and Roll. Say hi, David.
Howdy.
I wasn't expecting that. Hi, everyone. Preston.
Hi, Preston.
Yeah, hi, Preston.
Hi.
He, once again, not joining us this week, but this time it's on better terms. He is on vacation. We let him out of the dungeon.
He worked so hard and excelled in all of our things. He got promoted to viewer.
Mm-hmm.
So now he has the role of viewing our videos.
Yep. He has been fired, is what we're trying to say.
So
we now own the entire Kewlcast stock. We have a tyrannical monopoly over Kewlcast products, and anything he will try to say to defame us is false.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't get restraining orders on people viewing your channels on YouTube.
Yeah, kind of sucks.
I guess the government's not that advanced yet, so...
Nope. How's your week been, David?
It's been a week. A lot of just fixing up the house, a lot more of that.
Yep.
Finally got our lawnmower working again, so got to start doing some yard work stuff tomorrow. And really enjoying our new clothes washer machine.
Oh.
So I know having the laundry mats really aren't that bad.
Yeah, but it
Get
is.
used to just driving down. It's so nice just being able to walk outside, go to your laundry room, and then just do clothes there.
That is quite
and,
the
play games.
Convenience you don't realize you take for granted until it's gone.
Yep. It's one of those things, like if you've ever had your water shut off or your power shut off, it's just like, man, I will never complain about anything again.
Yep.
It's like when you're sick with strep throat and you're just like, man, food, I will never complain about food again.
Yeah, man. Losing power for a week, the last major hurricane that rolled through here. Because we are Floridians. Hurricanes, bad thing here. But
well, they're cool as hell, but like...
Well, they're cool, but they fuck us up sometimes.
Yeah. It's like drugs.
Yeah, last major hurricane, our power is gone for well over a week, at least where I live, so it really humbled me. Really humbled me. As far
in fact, I think, because ours was about a week, yours was about a week and a half.
Yeah.
And at least where I live, maybe where you live too, a lot of roads were shut down, so traffic was hell.
Yeah. Because
a lot of trees and stuff knocked in the road.
Oh, yeah. Man, I've never been so grateful to see a power truck down the street.
Yep. I remember like our group chats and stuff, because you can still charge. Everybody's be like, why are you still texting when your power's off? Because your car produces electricity.
Yes.
Plug in a converter. But I remember all of our friend groups like texting to each other, yo, there's a power truck on our street. Like it's like a party and crap like that.
Yeah.
Like, I love humans. They're great.
Yes.
Humans. Yeah. Top 10 sexualities on this planet, bro. Human. It's a stupid meme. Oh no, gender.
Gotta be one of my favorite genders for.
Yeah, gotta be my favorite genders.
No.
I don't know if that's worthy of cutting up. That's funny as hell.
Nah, that's staying in, baby.
Yeah.
Nah.
How about you, man?
My week has been interesting. Up until yesterday, it was a very just normal, mundane week. I didn't have anything. I especially didn't have anything going on because we missed, with Preston, he went out of town Tuesday, so, we couldn't really record a video for our after show, TNP, check it out.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't have anything to edit this week, because I'm cooking something for this upcoming week, which you guys will see. If you follow that channel, of course.
Yes.
But
Bro's a chef.
so I really had nothing going on, and then yesterday I get a call from a dollar store that I applied to at the tail end of last year when I stopped working at my other job at a gas station. And I am pretty much employed. I'm waiting on a background check right now, but based on what they're saying, I'm pretty much in.
Oh. What if I told you, like, I may have signed your social security up for a few things that, see, I didn't think background checks were that pervasive. I'll just leave it there. Nah, man, congratulations.
Thank you, kinda. I know it's a good thing to be working again. I am very nervous about it though, because for one, just starting a new job, like that's always going to be nerve-wracking. And for two, I kind of made a promise to myself when I left my last job, like, hey, no big corporations for a while, and here I am with another big corporation. Even that aside, the manager during the interview was like, hey, I'm going to be honest with you. I just put in my 2 weeks notice. We are getting a new manager within the next week or so. You won't be working for me, and we're getting inventory within the coming month, so it's going to be pretty chaotic to start out. It won't always be that way, but it's going to be pretty chaotic, is what she told me. So, that's a little nervous to hear.
Yeah.
That's got my radars up. Look, I'm not gonna go into this like, hey, I'm working for the next, like, however long. I'm not counting on this. I'm gonna do what I did with my last job. I'm gonna give it a fair shake, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, you know?
Which is, I feel like, how most jobs should go.
Yeah, especially
like
retail, entry-level retail. Yeah, man. If I end up with a bad crew, or... See, the reason I applied here, though, it is a dead location. I have never driven past the store and seen more than, like, 3 cars in the parking lot.
Was this the same spot we thought your wallet got taken?
Yes, it is. It is that very store. Yes. Wow.
Just have that... Is that the place that had the cute waitress?
Waitress?
Not the cash register lady.
I don't recall.
Okay.
We also went to the store and tried to buy NyQuil for my mother. It genuinely was for my sick mother, for context for the viewers.
And that's when we found out 21 or older.
Yeah. We were still like 20 at the time.
Yeah, it's crazy. You weren't even... Dang. That's a while ago.
Yeah, so it's been a minute.
Speaking of which...
I'm not going to say the name, but for the viewers, it is one of those big dollar store, American dollar store chains. You'll probably...
Oh, yeah. Just for risk of not doxing us. So.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Hey, man. I wish the best of luck for you.
Also,
one piece of advice I'd have for you and for viewers is, bro, keep that work-life balance. Like,
yes.
Keep a strong routine with, like, including your life part.
Yes. To get deep on this, because I'm gonna run with the tangent for a minute.
That's fair.
I struggle with that bad, and I hate how many of our episodes have been like, Travis is bad about this, but I'm gonna engage in it this time. I suck at a work-life balance. I really do. David knows this. When I'm working, my desire for a social life shuts down, and I really don't want that to happen this time. Especially with the podcast, because this is a priority for me nowadays. I don't want this to fall to the wayside. Same. But I can already tell adjusting to working and editing, that's going to be a hard one. Preston can do it. Preston's a fucking champion. I have not had to do that, and I'm a little scared about it, but I'm going to give it my best.
Yeah, it'll be a learning curve.
Yeah.
Hey, but it teaches you more about just life in general.
Yeah, multitasking, balancing your life, you know. Shit they don't teach you in school.
Yeah. No, they just teach work as many hours as you possibly can, because that just equals more money, right?
Yep.
And, like, at the end of the day, more money equals, like, they don't even teach... They tell you money doesn't equal happiness, but then they teach you to make the most amount of money you can. I just realized that. But, but no, I feel like money might help you, you know, be good. You gotta have that booze money. I mean, I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
Booze money is quite important.
Very important.
And,
everyone, make sure you have a booze budget.
Yeah, booze budget's important.
Yes.
If you don't have a budget, just pour all of your money into booze. Like, That's
And you know, it
acceptable.
happens. You can be near blackout drunk, and then you run out of booze. So you know what? Get those keys, get in that car, go down to the liquor store, get you some more booze.
Back to the program after a weird disturbance in the atmosphere.
Yeah, man, that was weird.
Flare.
Solar
That
flares.
was crazy. Solar flare.
Ah.
Anyway.
We ready for the topic?
Yeah.
So David and I collaborated on this one. This one is not a surprise to either of us. It's going to be outdoor activities, kind of the focus being fishing, hunting,
Camping.
camping. Yes, those are the main ones, but we do have some other ones lined up.
Oh yeah.
That's the focus.
Yep. This channel is just us having a direction and then spiraling into chaoticness.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it, Mr. Sex.
Yes, Miss Dr. Anal.
Yeah. Anyway, so do you wish to start?
I can.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So, as I might have suggested, and we were trying to figure out what stories have I told on here, if any, of camping. But as I've kind of dropped in the past, I was with the Boy Scouts for majority of my life, and you know, haha, you know, get all the rolling your eyes and goody two shoes and Boy Scouts, yes sir, kind of crap. Like it's funny, but like that's one of those stereotypes that's not even true, because it was like I have met more Boy Scouts that were like did actual gang stuff than most people I've met, even at high school, like low income high school that we've gone to. Like, not to sound hard or anything like that. It's just, you know, just to say it created for very unique life experiences that I'll never forget, and I cherished quite a lot, and you know, a lot of crazy stuff, and just fun, and made me who I am today. But at this one camp out in particular, the National Youth Leadership Training, which is a national organization that any council, Boy Scout council, councils being kind of like districts for that troops are assigned to. So you have the troops, and then you have the council, and then you have the national level. And the council I was going to, or that my troop was a part of, was doing a National Youth Leadership Training, where you learned important skills to be a leader. Well, our scoutmaster was a total piece of work. I'll just say that for the less. It rained, and that was one of the few times in my life where it got below freezing in Florida. And so it would rain, and you'd wake up, and it would be all frozen, which was cool, but when you're camping, it's cold. It's really cool. Anyways, so, you know, disgruntled, like, hey, screw this, we're not gonna, you know, Boy Scouts usually has like a curfew. I don't think I've ever met a Boy Scout who was like, hey, yo, it's curfew time, let's go to sleep. Everybody ignores that crap, unless you're just tired.
Yeah.
But that's just you sleep on your own term. And so every night, basically, it was like a week-long camp, because this is in the middle of kind of nowhere, you know, kind of far away from the city. It's starting to build up now, but so it's really forested, a lot of like clay roads in order to get back into places, and like foot trails and stuff like that. And it's kind of like a small scale town. I mean, you have like designated stuff with like, you know, fields for field activities, you know, shacks and stuff with tools for the assortment of merit badges and lessons and whatnot. And we were camping in the athletics field, you know, to do our activities and stuff like that. And at nighttime, man, at nighttime with like little light pollution, you could actually make out the arms of the Milky Way in the sky. Ooh. That was some of the most beautiful nights I'd ever seen. Yeah. And we'd sneak out like maybe 11 p.m. to 12 a.m., right? Me and my buddy. Yeah. And we'd always like, you know, a couple kids would join us every so often, and that was my first experience with vaping. And one night, we got a big enough group of kids who were like, yeah, that nighttime, when the scoutmasters go to sleep and it's past curfew, and like, you know, we'll sneak out, go to a spot, like walk down the clay road. And I mean, these are kind of like generic terms, so we'll call this Camp Jambalaya. And the camp I was staying at was Camp Coochie. And So these are not the real names.
Oh, I was about to
These are
say.
pseudo names. Yeah, no, these are pseudo names, not to dox us.
I like your choice
Because
for the second
yeah,
name.
because if you're a Boy Scout, you wouldn't know these camps. But Camp Coochie we're staying at, and Camp Coochie was actually a reiteration of another nearby camp that kind of fell out of disarray and can no longer be maintained. Camp Jambalaya. And so, Camp Jambalaya has like no more roads back to it. All the roads are decayed and stuff like that. And you have to actually physically walk there. I'm sure you could drive like a 4-wheel drive. Anyways, I'm taking long. But we were like, hey, we're gonna go check it out, right? Because the buildings and stuff are still there. They're just, abandoned buildings. And we were gonna go check it out. And so we got a large enough group of kids, and we're like, hey, yeah, let's go out. And we start walking and walking and walking. And living in Florida, hogs are a thing, right?
Yep.
So when you're out in the forest and you hear hogs, and especially coyotes too, you're like, yeah, they're kind of in the distance. For the most part, they won't F with you, but like, I don't know why, but we set out for it. And we walked for a good like 30 minutes. And I think we ended up just getting distracted because we came across this like huge clay canyon. And I'm telling you, it was like a Call of Duty map, bro. It had these in the middle was this like column of like soil that I guess wasn't eroded that went up, and then around it were two channels like at least 10 feet tall, like 10 feet deep that you could run through. And we were like, dude, this is the perfect place to play capture the flag.
Oh yeah.
Like, yep. So you have a group of like maybe 15, 16 kids, like, teenage age boys. Man, it's pitch black in the middle of the night, in the middle of the forest, in this random I farted. Anyways, canyon. So we're hyped. Like we were setting up teams, we're doing the team pick and crap like that, and we're all getting together and stuff. Okay, you might have to cut this part out. I cannot hold it. I have to go pee. I don't know why, but the moment I got onto a podcast, I have to take a piss, a bunch of pisses. Be right back.
All good. Hi viewers, David is pissing. He's got that water hose out, he's got that fire hose, and he is just letting it rip. Like, he is putting out fires, dude. He's really like spraying that thing. You know what I'm saying? He's like a broken pipe, like the plumber smacked the hammer too hard. He twisted the wrench too hard. I don't even know how plumbers work, dog. Twisted the wrench too hard, bro. Pipe came loose. Pressures. Oh, hi, David. Welcome back.
Hi. All right. 3, 2, 1. And so this canyon, and so we split up the boys doing the team picks, and then we send each team to the other side of like the channels where the channels do collect. It's like a circle. Like imagine the number 0, where the middle part is like and all around it is also land that's elevated, and you can get up to that.
Don't mind the technical difficulties, gentlemen. It'll be alright. The power of editing, am I right? You won't ever hear this. This won't ever reach your silly little, soggy little...
And so you can, like, get up there, and so it's a huge chunk of area to be playing Capture the Flag. And I remember we had, like, a grace period where we all huddled together and came up with strategies for, like, how we're going to get the other team's flags. And I think we just improvised on, like, what counted as a flag, like a backpack or a t-shirt or something. I don't remember what it was. It didn't matter. And I remember all huddled around talking about our strategies. And then we finally were like, okay, we're ready to start the game. So we came together, kind of shook hands, and we, like, went back to our spots. And we're like, we signified that the game was officially starting. And we started, like, charging at each other and stuff like that. We had a way where I think if you got tagged or something, you have to go back to your team, like, your team spawn, quote-unquote, and, like, wait out a timer. And being in the Boy Scouts, you have to be with a buddy. So you always have to, even if you want to go, like, make an excursion by yourself, you have to go with another person.
Yeah.
That's just safety reasons. I don't mind that, never minded it, because, I don't want to get fucking lost or lose somebody.
Yeah.
And, so... my buddy, his name was, there's a bajillion Seans, and he doesn't, I'm not going to talk, but my buddy was named Sean, and, we're you know, doing the generic stuff, get tagged a couple times, running and stuff like that, and we're like, yo, let's do like a covert mission. And so like we kind of climb up onto the what do you call it, the to the left. We climb up onto the inclined area, the flat area with like shrubs and stuff like that, and we're kind of like sneaking and stuff like that. You can't see anything either. All you can see is like the brush in front of you.
Yeah.
And we're moving towards their location, and you know, we kind of get stopped, and so we're slowly moving back. We don't want to give away our location because I think we just got away, and we kind of we got all the way to their flag, but then we got intercepted, and so we had to like run away back up into the woods in order to like get away, and we finally like lost guard. But as we're sneaking back to our camp, all you hear is, oh shit, like a bunch of tumbling and stuff like that, and then a drop.
Ooh.
And we're all like, you know, we're all kind of like trying to figure out what's going on because you hear the kid yell, and then finally we're all like, okay, stop, like some kids yelling, stop, you know, all right, you know, time out. And so like we're trying to figure out, like me and Sean are walking back, and we're like, you know, we're all kind of convening to this location. We're trying to figure out what the hell happened. Apparently what happened was this one group of 2 kids were like keeping tabs on our team.
Yeah.
Right? And they were slowly sneaking into our spot. Like they were actually crawling through the brush along the ridge of the canyon to get to our spot. Well, our team, 2 kids on our team apparently had the same idea, to do that to their team. And so they were also slowly like belly crawling their way towards the other team's flag along the ridge of the canyon. Apparently they had accidentally bumped into each other, realized that, wait, this is the other team, and started freaking out and started running and like scattering. And one kid managed to scatter off of the frickin' cliff and fell and tumbled the entire like 7 to 10 feet.
Oh, yes.
And then he was okay. Man, he was bloodied up though. Nothing broken, I don't think, and maybe something sprained, but for the most part, he was alright. He was laughing it off and stuff. Man, you can tell he's in pain. He's bleeding and stuff.
Yeah.
And so, like, this group of kids had to, like, you know, we had to walk a good, like, maybe 20, 30 minutes back to camp, you know, helping him and stuff like that. You know, 16 kids, so it's not that hard getting him back. But, like, when we got back, we had to, like, sneak him back into the tent, because you have to sneak back in because you don't want to alert the scoutmasters.
Yeah.
But then, like, I remember we're all, like, staying up because this one group of kids were, like, kind of, like, designate themselves as like the medical, I guess, kids for the moment at least, and they were getting their med kits out and med packs out and stuff, and they were admitting first aid on the kid that got bloodied. And I remember at one point they were like, someone had to hold their hand over his mouth and nose because they had to pour alcohol over like a big bloody gash on his leg. Yeah, and it was just like they had to do first aid. They had to, like, you know, clean it out and then apply bandaging and stuff like that.
This is straight up a war story, dude.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. Like he was laughing and giggling and stuff. It's just when you have alcohol poured on an overroom, dog, and it's like you cannot be loud. Like we can't even like whisper, giggle. Like we had to be quiet. Yeah. But it was just so funny though. Like we finally get it all. We're settled down, we're sleeping and waking up, and like imagine you're the scoutmaster, right? Yeah. You're like, okay, you do head count, make sure everybody's there. Curfew, announce curfew, everybody's there, they're all in their tents and they're sleeping. You go, good night, scouts, blah blah blah, and then you wake up and then one kid out of nowhere just has a bunch of bandages and bloodied and shit. And I remember he interrogated him so hard. I do not remember the excuse he gave, but somehow the scoutmaster was none the wiser.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, that was awesome.
I fell out of my bed really hard, bro. I fell out of my cot.
Basically. Yeah, I rolled over my sleeping bag because when you're in a sleeping bag, you're on the ground.
I built my tent. I set up my tent right over like an ancient like cave. I fell in the middle of the night. I had to fight my way out.
Man, that's the one thing. The biggest reason why I wish you had joined Boy Scouts. Playing Manhunt with the Boy Scouts, nothing like it. Just a massive forest all to yourself. Matter of fact, some of the like quote unquote versions of Manhunt we played would be so big you'd actually have to have a compass to maneuver.
Damn.
Yeah, and it sucked because I didn't know how to use a compass when we did that one.
Enemy teams 3 miles to the east.
Dude, I'm telling you,
Oh
like
man, that sounds
you
really
you would,
cool.
yep, you'd pick a spot and you would set up, and
Dude,
like,
side tangent. People shit on this hobby / sport a lot, but like everything I've seen from it, if executed well with the right group of people and the right rule set, airsoft, like
oh
military
yeah,
sim airsoft, would be some of the coolest shit ever.
dude, watching those videos where they're like, I don't know what countries do them and if they have any in the USA, but where they designate basically an entire city's worth of
Yes.
territory just off to just like airsoft type shit, vehicles and everything.
I don't know if
man.
airsoft is that big here. I think that's more so. I'd say
Europe.
Russia is big in airsoft. I don't.
Yeah, not to mention, yeah, but so I know we would have like small scale buildings and stuff like that, which would be fun. But like, man, the ability to do that would be awesome.
It's an expensive hobby though. Getting even like a barely functional airsoft gun that can actually be used efficiently in that.
Yeah, that's why I just bring a BB gun.
Yeah. bring a pellet gun, like an air pellet gun.
Oh my goodness.
Aim for the eye.
Yeah, their visors. I would shatter right through any plastic or glass fibers.
Viewers, that was all satire. I want that to be known.
Yeah, no, or satire. But no, yeah, Boy Scouts was something else. It's like the kind of the closest thing I guess you could get to the military.
Yeah.
Experiencing the military, just out in the open, like learning how to rug it.
Yes.
It's like growing really close with the kids you camp with. And everybody has their own stories and backgrounds.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Meet all sorts of interesting characters and whatnot.
Man, yeah. Unfortunately, David already knows, but yeah, I was never a Boy Scout. I didn't have any kind of fun extracurricular throughout school. And that's mostly due to, I was raised by a single dad mostly through most of my childhood, and he just couldn't take me to and from these things. So it was kind of like because believe me, I've told David before, I wanted to join Boy Scouts. I wanted to get in, and I just couldn't. It wasn't a possibility.
And man, if I had known you at the time too, I know.
Yeah, man, that's the shame.
Yeah. That is the shame.
Go back and change history.
See, you and I met right as my troop and just Boy Scouts in general were just starting to turn dookie.
Yeah, you were on the tail end. I remember. Pretty sure you were working on your what's that?
Eagle Scout.
Yeah, Eagle Scout. Yeah.
Yep. I actually had everything. I had all the I did my Eagle project, had all my Eagle required merit badges and just the required amount of merit badges in general. Filled out all the forms and whatnot. Made my Eagle Scout project booklet and stuff like that. The only thing that kept tripping us up that nobody would help us with was the blue cards, like the actual verifications that I had done the merit badges and hadn't just said I did it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That was the hardest thing to do, and nobody would help us on that. And our troops sucked so much, nobody was helping us with that. And if anything, every time we'd mess up, we'd have some old guy telling us just like, oh, you should know better, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Just getting up your butt.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, yeah, this is not for me. This isn't even worth it.
Yeah. Had to skedaddle.
Yeah, I had to skedaddle.
It's time to go. But I do want to take a moment and go into my one big tangent that's not related to camping that I have, because you lined it up perfectly for me.
Oh, yeah.
I want to show some respect to some of our childhood games, like outdoor games.
Oh, yeah.
Starting off with the banger, Capture the Flag, like you said. I think my fondest memory for most of my school life was in elementary school. One day at PE, we played a huge game of Capture the Flag with the whole class. So, it's big open field, right? We've got a border right down the middle. Side A, Team A. Side B, Team B. There's a hula hoop on each side with a bunch of flags in it. Those are your points. You gotta run in, bring the flag back. You get tagged by the enemy team while you're in their territory. You have to crouch down. You are frozen. You are only unfrozen when a teammate untags you. Now, my specialty, and I think ironically, it was the day I think I decided that something medical was for me. And I know that sounds so dumb, but like, I was just like, in my head, I'm the medic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the guy who runs in, not to capture the flags, but I'm rezzing my teammates, bro. I'm getting those motherfuckers back safe. I'm getting them home. And that, to me, was just prime childhood fun. That one game of capture the flag that we never played that game again. I don't think I've ever played another round of real life capture the flag since then.
Oh, dude, that's such a good setup.
Oh my lord, it was fun.
Yeah. No, just that as a kid, the idea of specializing, having like being not just a part of your team, but like having a purpose on your team, finding that purpose was so awesome. Like
100%, dude.
Yeah. Not to be like, not to step over you, but more to relate it and kind of tie it with what I was talking about the Boy Scouts having the role. You have SPL, the leaders, then you'd have PLs, patrol leaders, which were under the SPL, and they would split the troop up into smaller patrols to manage each kid. And then you had the person that was like in charge of the cooking, the person that was in charge of like resources, managing like tents and, you know, steaks, sleeping bags, and money, fundraising, and stuff like that. And you just had all sorts of different roles and whatnot. And just when you worked your way up in a troop and like found a role that you really enjoyed, dude, it was so cool. I always enjoyed being a patrol leader.
Oh, man. You saying patrol leader reminded me of something.
Oh, yeah?
Did your school, well, I don't know if your elementary / middle, yeah, you guys didn't have anything called safety patrol, did you?
No.
My elementary school had a safety patrol team. It was a team of students. The PE teacher led it, and you were just supposed to go out and kind of like enforce safety and good behavior around school. It was kind of weird.
Womp womp. North Korea.
Yeah. If you've ever seen the first Diary of the Wimpy Kid movie, the safety patrol, they had a safety patrol.
Okay,
so I know I'm not crazy on that one.
No, I knew you weren't crazy. I know.
No, I was just struggling to like, is this a normal thing? And then I had to remember that yes, it was kinda.
I know schools that done stuff like that.
Me, as a kid, obviously I bit into that, and I was like,
oh yeah,
okay, that's not something I have to stay after school for. I actually get to leave class to do that on occasion, so I joined up. And unfortunately, I was just kind of shafted in that program, and basically I was just assigned to stand in the first through second graders hallway, because they had their own section of the school. They had their own building, actually. But yeah, I was supposed to stand in that hallway in the mornings and make sure the kids were being quiet as they walked to class.
Bro, that's like,
and if they were, I was supposed to give them stickers. That's how fucking like dumb that was.
That is actually.
And you know, like the kind of higher ups of safety patrol could like, they could like walk kids out to like at the end of school. They could like walk them to their to the bus or something, and there was like other kind of cool tasks to do, and I always got stuck with that. So one day the PE teacher was like, "All right, look, if anyone wants to leave, just quietly come up to me one day, hand in your like, it was a sash we had, like a big yellow sash that said safety patrol." And yeah, I just handed that in. I was like, no. You're not gonna. And not to get too far with it, but there was a lot of kind of like library assistant, office assistant, that kind of stuff that I really wanted to do throughout school, and always managed to get shafted out of it. I won't get too far into that, because that actually does veer into some personal territory. But yeah, I hated not being able to fulfill those roles, not being allowed to, basically, when all of my peers, it seemed like at the time, they were able
And just
to.
that distinction between like the importance of like when you see your friend, you see them, and then it's like, oh yeah, they are a library assistant. Or even if you don't know the person, you walk into a library and someone your age helps you. It's like
when an office assistant comes to class to like, hey, this person's being checked out. Something as simple as that.
Yep. At the private school that I went to, the biggest reason why I joined track and cross country, not because I really enjoyed running. That's what my family always is like, do you miss running? I'm like, no, but I miss the like just being able to like on a track meet day getting called out of class. Not to mention our school made us like, if you were in basketball, baseball, track, cross country, didn't matter what sport you were in, if you had a meet that day, like a actual event to go to, it didn't matter if it was after school or before.
Hello?
Track meet, I felt so fucking cool. Let me tell you, I felt so fucking proud.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you know, you'd get called out. All track members, you know, report to the the office, or not the office, the locker rooms, you know. And then like you and one other kid in your class would stand up and like adjust your coat and like walk out.
Yeah.
And it's like I was mediocre, but like just the ability to sign up for that. You had to pay a lot of money to be in that, but the ability to sign up for that and like participate in that was so worth it.
Dude,
so worth it.
Yeah, the same thing with the safety patrol thing, because I think that's the only comparison I have. But yeah, there were days where like all safety patrol students in this class, please report to, you know, Miss whatever her name was, the PE teacher. And just the ability, like standing up, going into your bag, getting that cool like safety patrol sash out, putting it on, leaving. All these bozos have to stay in class. Yeah, there's. Yeah, man, that's so weird. I forgot about the safety patrol thing until like this episode. That's a blank spot in my memory. I forgot I was in that.
There's a lot of stuff that like I was in that was a big part at the time and for a good while of my life, and then out of nowhere I just stopped paying attention because I just remembered I was a part of like a church when I was really young, like my little brother's age, around my little brother's age almost. They had a program that you could join where like if you did all these things like, you know, like reading and Bible and studying and math and whatnot, you could get these like little pins and whatnot associated, and you could like rank up. And I had a uniform and everything, and I was like, that was one of the few times where like I think both my parents were working at the time, and so they couldn't really take me a whole lot.
Yeah.
You know, when I was that young.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I was like kind of kid that would just kind of show up. Hey, I know I haven't been here in like 2 or 3 months, but like I know none of your names, but hi, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't remember any of your names, so it always felt really awkward. But that was a really big deal when I was younger. I felt so cool.
Oh man.
That's a childhood memory.
I hate to keep this tangent going, but
all good.
There's a really funny memory from high school. Was that 10th or 11th grade? That was 11th grade, I think. A mutual friend from high school, we'll call him Blake. Blake lived really close to me, and he'd gotten his driver's license before me.
Well, at least I guess the recording's on your end anyway, so
yeah, they'll hear that. But there's some stuff from you that's gonna get missed. But we'll figure that out. Anyway, this mutual friend Blake, he got his driver's license before I did, pretty early, like right at 16, and my transportation situation through all of high school was weird because I lived just out of the district.
Oh yeah.
So 9th grade, I had to take a public bus to school, which was great. And then
I used to be jealous of you.
I hated it. I hated it so much.
I would hate it like with more mature lenses now, but like I felt like an adult thing, if that makes sense.
True, I get that.
I had to ride the stupid like yellow bus. My friend, you know, Travis gets to ride the actual city bus.
Yeah. And
But
then
go on.
10th grade, I did get onto an actual school bus. Thanks to a really cool guidance counselor, the only cool guidance counselor at that school.
Yeah.
He pulled some strings and did get me on
Oh,
an
yeah.
actual school bus. Mr.
That
E,
dude was
is that
awesome.
who you're thinking of? I won't
Yep.
say his name. Yes, I loved that
Single
dude.
syllable or single letter.
Yes.
Yes. The motorcycle.
Wait, no, we're thinking of different people.
Oh, okay.
No.
Wait, I thought you were using a letter. Oh my goodness, I thought you were using even a letter in place of the actual. Okay, never mind.
No.
Yeah. Go on. Sorry.
But yeah, I did get onto an actual school bus, 10th grade, but it was a good little walk. It was a pretty good little walk. And so 11th rolls around, my buddy fuck. My buddy Blake, he gets his truck, he's got his license, and I start carpooling with him. Now, a couple weeks into the year, an issue arises. After every day of school on Wednesdays, he's in robotics.
Yeah.
I'm not a robotics guy. I thought I would try it just because I had to be there anyway. No. Didn't like the people, didn't like the work, and I really didn't like the teacher who led robotics.
Oh man, everything around that class was insufferable.
Yes.
Go on.
So, every Wednesday of 11th grade, I had to sit in robotics, the classroom, just for a whole hour or two. Sometimes it went on a couple hours, so that wasn't great. But you know, I was getting a pretty decent ride to and from school with a good friend, so it wasn't.
Yeah.
I can't complain too much, but that's just a memory. That's the closest thing I was to being in an extracurricular in high school.
Mr. Doomsday, we'll call him Mr. Glasses.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about.
Is it the robotics guy?
No, I was talking about the computer guy.
Oh,
yeah,
him.
I was just gonna say, yeah, on the topic of extracurriculars, I remember I'm begging you to join his class so that way you and I could do stuff together.
Yep.
And then you join, and then all that crap just kind of falls apart.
Yeah.
After you join, I was so upset because that's what I was wondering. Was I did the camera stuff. I'd go out and actually shoot B-roll and interview people and whatnot for the school news. And I was like, dude, if you want to do that, I'll join the class and I'll sweet talk your way into getting a role of doing that.
Yeah.
It's I knew I could, because we'll call him Skin Flap, my best friend in 9th grade.
Yes.
Skin Flap. He stopped working there, and then military guy, redhead.
Yep.
Short, yeah. He graduated out, so I actually needed somebody to help me, and I was like, dude, Travis would be the perfect guy.
Yeah. I would have loved to do that. But
I know you would. Yeah.
From between 9th grade and 10th grade, when I joined in 10th grade, he apparently went from an S-tier teacher to a D at best.
One of those teachers that would give you extra credits and stuff for actually innovating or finding a better way to do the thing he did. And then in 11th grade, he just turned into, well, did the book tell you to do that?
Yeah.
No, but you had to follow the book, pay attention, and he'd get on you.
And he really just didn't teach at a certain point. It was
he just stopped teaching.
I didn't even get the books. He was just watch the video of the guy taking you step by step. Just watch the video.
Even when he was a cool guy, anytime I had to watch videos, I lamented those. The books were actually kind of cool. I enjoyed having the books.
Yes.
Because the books I don't know why, but I have so much better time learning from a book than I do from a video. It's just personal, I would imagine, but
yes,
I lamented anything learning video. But
oh man,
yeah, that sucks. But to be honest, when I joined most of the actual official extracurriculars at that school, that's when everything hit the fan anyways.
Yep.
SGA and some other thing I joined, I don't remember. But yeah. Supposed to take a trip to Tallahassee.
Huh.
Didn't happen. I was so upset.
Man. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. So much of high school was just like, this is so cool, dude. We should do this.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we join, it all falls apart.
Yep.
Like, down all the way to our senior year.
Yep. No, I didn't. I got cheated out of a prom. Didn't get to take like graduation photos.
Yep.
You know. None of that senior privilege of eating in the senior cafe.
Nope.
Having your pictures taken.
Nope.
You know, being respected. Like, I'm a senior.
Even just having a
cool
generally
teachers.
fun year.
Yep. Cool teachers, and like you already got most of your credits blasted out. You know, so
Yep.
just. Not to mention driving, getting your license and stuff, and like having an actual life. No.
I feel like
Yeah,
that
it
could
took
be
a long
topic
time
all
for-
on its own.
Yeah, I was just about to tell it took a long time, almost in the personal territory, for us to recover from the COVID experience.
And I'd safely say I'm still not there yet.
Oh no, yeah, just like to get to where we are now, like slightly stable.
Yeah.
It took a long time, but yeah, we're still not over it.
Time, yeah.
I'm just getting out of it. Like, me and Travis have been going fishing.
Yeah.
Side topic, which is why the topic was kind of relevant, because
Yeah.
both of us have been trying to get out and actually do more stuff, have a life,
Yep.
not just work. Because I got tired of just working and having, like, coming home and having nothing to do. And like, I could play games, but
Yeah.
as a kid, I was always doing something. You know, soccer, Boy Scouts. I was even part of a bowling team for like a year. Just a lot of stuff, little stuff that I would do. I'd have friends at like my grandparents' house, my great granddad's house and stuff. I'd have like an actual, like, there would be friends there that I would look forward to every time I would go somewhere, and I'd just play outside, outdoors kid, you know. And then to go from that to just sitting at a, I think that's why games just stopped being interesting to me lately, dude.
Yeah.
I think so. I just don't think I'm built.
I wouldn't
for
call
that.
it bed rotting exactly, but yeah, desk rotting. Is that a good?
Yeah, desk rotting. That's a perfect. Yeah. Sitting here like on my phone.
Cause I've been in that same cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah. But on to more positive notes. Fishing.
I was just about to say, fishing. I'm so upset I lost that lure, dude. That shrimp lure.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's really common, and I knew it was kind of common, so I'm not too kicked in the nuts about it. But like, oh, fun fact: I told my granddad about it. The when you met when we went fishing.
Yep.
Even he was like, "Yeah, I'm glad you didn't swim out there." So see what I meant? I told you. I stop and think, would my granddad do this? If he would do it, I would do it. Even he said no, because you got snapping turtles, alligators, and cottonmouths.
Yep. That's my big thing, cottonmouths.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously a gator is gonna be awful, but something about a snake is just like wrong place, wrong time. There's no getting away. Like you're just kind of fucked.
Yeah. So, speaking of which, we gotta go camping when Preston gets back, or not camping, fishing.
Yes.
Preston gets back with him and his brother.
It's gonna be weird. I will have to see how my schedule's gonna.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's weird to think about now.
It's alright.
Man, I haven't been out of work that long. I mean, I left my last job in October of last year. So, I mean, it's weird. I think it's gonna be a bicycle thing. Like, I'll have to get back in the swing of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention driving in general, like a lot of driving.
Yeah. But that's probably a good thing.
I think so. We'll get you out.
Yeah.
I wonder if it'll actually. I don't know how eyes work. I'm not an optometrist. Fun fact. I don't have a medical degree of any kind.
If you're about to say what I think you're gonna say, no.
I was gonna say. I'm wondering, like, if you force your muscles to like get used to driving, if like I don't know, it won't make it like
more. Maybe.
Yeah, it would make it. At least you would get slightly better at it. I'm not saying like, you know, to the point of not needing glasses or whatnot. If that was the case, my father would wear glasses. If that's just how eyesight works. I just meant like, I know there is a level of just atrophy with muscles sometimes. and your eyes have muscles. That's my understanding of it. I just put 2 and 2 together. I do not know if those dots are meant to connect or not. It's just that's one of them moments.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's exactly like something that I can inherently improve. I mean, maybe my focus will get better. It's still a drive, like, it's longer than my last job, because my last job was
Much
right
longer.
across the street.
We
However,
can walk to that.
it's still a drive that is pretty comfortable, I would
Yeah.
say. It's a left turn out of light, straight, and then immediately right turn, I'm at work. Like,
Okay.
it's
So
pretty...
it's there.
Yeah, I don't even have to go into town. Like, you know where I
No.
live. Yeah.
Yeah. Matter of fact, any job in town, even I would just like kind of crap on because that road infrastructure is not made for the amount of people going through there.
Nope, my town is very
It exploded in population.
I'm cutting you off at exploded. Next topic.
Yeah. Being in the Boy Scouts at the World Jamboree, my friend, my friend, my friend, I will, because not very many kids actually got to go from Florida to this, so I will call him a nickname. We'll call him Lightbulb. Anyways, Lightbulb and I were really good friends, like during the duration, because we went to the National Jamboree, which was like a good 3 weeks, I think. We spent 1 week working our way up there, and then part of that week, I think we spent 3 days going up to DC. Then we spent 5 days in DC with unrestricted access. Like, we were able to explore the entirety of the city and the metro system by ourselves, like individually, with like small, of course, buddy groups, but like we didn't have to go as one big group or whatnot. We could just take 3 of us and be like, hey, we're going to the Holocaust or something. Anyways, and then we spent 2 weeks actually at the camp itself, which was an actual size of the city. Fun fact, for the duration of that camp, it was the second largest city in West Virginia.
Oh.
I always love bringing that up because that's how many kids were there, and it had its own bus system. I'll just leave it there to actually get around. Yeah. So, and then we spent like 3 days coming back. So all in all, like 3 weeks. But so him and I had grown really close on that camp, and when I found out he was going to the World Jamboree, I was like, shit, dude, I might actually go to that. So I do some work for my grandma and whatnot. Actually, she got that for me as a gift. She was just like, you know what, you don't have to work this one off. So love you, Grandma. Awesome if you ever watch this. But thank you for that. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go. I wanna hang out with him. And some other buddies I had made at the National Jamboree were going to this one too. So I was like, you know what? It'll be nice to reunite with them. So I'm going, and let me tell you, Lightbulb is really into soccer. He wants to be he actually wants to be a professional American soccer player. He wants to go on to make his own like American designated soccer team to play at the World Cup. Like, that's how like dedicated this guy is to soccer. And he practices soccer, you know what I mean? Like, he has professional training and whatnot. His grandparents are loaded with money, and that's, he's being raised by his grandparents. And I used to play soccer, nowhere near as much as him. I'm okay, I'm mediocre. I know what's going on. I'm just not like peak athlete as he is. But at the World Jamboree, it's the same spot, same place in West Virginia. So we'd already done all the activities there. You know, they have zip lining, mountain biking, skateboarding, BMX, water stuff, rock climbing, shooting and whatnot. We already done all that last time we were there. So we thought, well, this is the World Jamboree. Troops from all across the world are coming to this camp. Piss break, cut off. I love my brother, bro. I just opened the door, came out, and he's like, hi, David. I was like, hello. I was like, I'm still doing the podcast. He's like, okay. And he's playing Minecraft, you know. Cute, wholesome. I'm telling you, bro, my body is a piss factory the moment I have to not be a piss factory. It's like the moment you get like crap on your hands, like when you're doing anything, your face starts to itch.
Yep.
That's one of them moments. The moment I sit down to do a podcast, I have to go pee, and I'll hold it for as long as I can to the point where it's like I'm actually gonna piss myself.
Yeah.
That's awful. Anyways, 3, 2, 1, the camp. And so, you know, me and Lightbulb are walking around. There's troops, like I said, from all over the world, like Middle East, Europe, Asia, Africa, South America, and we kind of get a little buddy with this no sexual relations, but we get buddy with this one Colombian troop. And America is the only Boy Scouts to actually separate girls from boys, right? You have Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. The rest of the world just have Scouts, boys and girls. Funnily enough, Scouts in other countries have higher rates of teen pregnancy. But anyways, or within Boy Scouts. So I'll just leave it there. Anyways, so we're three of us, me, Lightbulb, and this other kid named, I'm gonna call him Airstrip. And this other kid named Airstrip, he was really tall, and he was a very unique but funny character. I loved Airstrip. And we'd walk around the camp, buddy, and just like interact with other troops and stuff like that. Eat food from other countries and candies and play little games and whatnot. It was cool.
Yeah.
And all the while we would go with these three other like girls from the Columbia, right? They were pretty, and they had events all over the camp and stuff. There's like I think 50 to 60,000 scouts there.
Yep.
So a lot of kids walking around bustling. Am I going on too long?
No.
Okay. Anyways. One day, I think the Colombian troop were doing something. So they couldn't really walk around with us. And so me, Kenny, and Sean were like kind of bored. And we'd kind of like gone as far as we could. We went to the furthest camp. We'd gone to most of the music concerts that they had performing each night. We tried the bus system. You know what I mean? Like we were just kind of like, what do we do today? What how do we mix it up today? And Sean was like, I know, I have an idea. Let's just walk around with a soccer ball and ask random troops if they want to play soccer. And we'll just play soccer until they don't want to play, and then we'll just go to the next troop.
Yep.
And so we're like walking around, and the troops that were camping around us a lot of them were foreigners. So you had a Swedish troop, you had a British troop. They spoke English, obviously, but they didn't exist. Funnily enough, it's just a void. Anyways, you had a Pakistani troop down the road. You had a bunch of like Ecuadorian troops around us. A lot of Ecuadorian troops actually were like around us. An Italian troop, some German troops, some Vietnamese. Anyways, so we kind of walked around, bouncing around, and some of them didn't know how to speak English, so it's like kind of no luck. Or actually, soccer ball is a universal thing, so we would like hold up the soccer ball, and they'd be like, no, no, no. I guess they didn't really know what we were trying to like get at, so they would just kind of turn us down. And then we're kind of like going around from troop to troop, and we finally get to this one troop, and this like kind of shorter Ecuadorian, like Hispanic kid comes running out, and he's our age, he's just shorter.
Yep.
And we're like, soccer, or football.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, football? Yeah, football. He starts getting really excited. He speaks Spanish, doesn't really speak English, but he starts getting really excited, and he like goes and he gets his troop, and like I'm telling you, like 30 kids come walking out. And we're like, yeah, we could work with this. And so like me and Sean are like, who do we want on our teams? We're making our team picks and whatnot. And like we kind of choose like an open field nearby, and we're playing. Like I'm telling you, these Ecuadorian kids played hard. And so like me and Sean, we were playing hard, like full on erect. Anyways, no, I'm kidding.
Oh.
Yeah, we were playing intensely. And then so as we were playing, like I'm telling you, we're sliding into each other, tackling the ball out from between our feet, making goals and stuff like that, kicking it really hard. Like I'm telling you, and it just rained too, so the grass is slippery.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and as we're playing, we're not really playing, or we're not that far into playing. We're just like maybe 10, 15 minutes in. Another character that we had met during our adventures previous in the week, because this jamboree was also 2 weeks, and another character that we met from a British troop, we'll call him Teacup.
Yep.
Teacup was a professional club soccer player.
Yep.
And one of his
Lightbulb.
idols. Like when we met him, that's all he
Lightbulb.
talk about was like the club he was in, the fact that he got to meet an actual professional British club player and stuff like that. It was just like, that was so awesome. You can see stars in his eye every time we interacted with the Teacup.
Yeah.
Oh man. Replace the word
Lightbulb
with Lightbulb. I forgot. Lightbulb's instead. Anyways, so Lightbulb, his light bulb would turn on, light up whenever Teacup was around. Well, Teacup and his entourage of British kids happened to be walking by and noticed us playing soccer. And he's like, hey, Lightbulb, hey, David. He's like, hey, you guys play. You guys playing soccer? I want to play soccer, eh? You know.
Beautiful
I've
accent.
never been into the dentist. Anyways, I just realized I called him Teacup and he's British. I'm looking. Anyways, I 2 and 2. I didn't. That was
That
unironic.
wasn't the joke to begin with.
No, that wasn't. I was just looking at a teacup on my desk. And that's where I came up with it. That's funny. He's like, so him and his friends, like we redo the teams. Of course,
Teacups
is a team leader pick, and I think I was on
light bulb.
light bulb and teacup. Cut that entire part out. I'll just restart. Of course, light bulb and teacup like became the team leaders, and they had their picks and whatnot. We redivvied the team up. And man, playing with playing with a upcoming professional soccer player and an actual professional soccer player against a bunch of like Latino kids, like that like grew up playing soccer their lives, because like football is a big Latino pastime, especially in Ecuador.
Yes.
Man, that was some of the most fun I'd ever had. Like, I swear, we would be playing intensely. You'd go for the ball. The other kid from this little Latino kid would be like charging for the ball as well. I remember at one point we slammed into each other because we were both going after the ball. We fell to the ground. We're like, hey man, we shook hands and shit. I didn't speak Spanish, he didn't speak English. We shook hands. It was all good. We sat there for a couple minutes while the game continued, just kind of catching our breath. We got back up and we played.
Yeah.
It felt like big little kids when you'd fall from the third story, be like, oh man, that really hurt. Take a breather and then get back up and start playing.
Yeah.
Like dude, that was probably the most exciting soccer match I'd ever had. Like, Ecuadorian kids, British kids, American kids, and of course some other kids.
Bro,
I think
solve like world peace.
Soccer, football, whatever. It was awesome. No, like most of the kids there didn't speak English, but we all knew what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Another story involving Teacup later on in the camping trip. Like I said, every night they'd have a concert at one of the major camps, because they split up the entire camp into subsections.
Yeah.
And that's how you were assigned, was regions of America and from other parts of the world like Europe and stuff like that would be assigned to a subsection to camp at. And at every subsection they would have concerts every night.
Yeah.
You know, just different genres: country, rock, pop, rap. You know, sometimes they'd sing in English, sometimes they would sing in other foreign languages. And we'd always make an effort to go with the Colombian girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, one night we got lost doing that and didn't get back until like a.m. in the morning.
Oh,
Anyways, yeah, one night we were at this one concert, and this turned into a proper concert. I'm telling you, like, this was, I think, like the only proper rock one that happened. And so, you know, me and Sean were hyped for it, and apparently everybody else was hyped for it too, because when we showed up on that hill, because it was like, I remember it was a proper hill, you could actually see like the decline all around it. It was cool. When we showed up to that like concert, there were so many people. Like, we were playing beanbags and stuff like that, and like as we were playing beanbags waiting for the concert to start, it just was like people just like nonstop were pouring onto this like hill with us. And at one point, like, the music starts and we're all like jumping up, singing and shit like that. I think the phone that I had the footage on was corrupted. I do not have the footage. I'm so mad. But we're all jumping up, having a good time. And apparently in England, partying is much more prevalent and intense than here in the States. So Teacup and his troop were like, all right, everybody, form a circle, you know, and they had people like get in and do like mosh pits and stuff.
Yeah.
And like he was like organizing, yelling at everybody, and it was awesome. And we're intense. Like at one point he was like, all right, everybody get on the ground, lock arms. We started doing the rowboat, like, you know, leading forward and back and stuff like that. We were doing this one thing where we're all jumping around and kind of almost mosh pit. And at one point, you know, I'm by Teacup, and we're jumping up and stuff like that, and I accidentally bump into Teacup a little too hard. For context, Teacup is like 6'5", 6'7". He's a huge dude. He's a big boy.
He's a unit.
Pasty as hell, too. He's really skinny, too. He has like my level of skinniness, but he's that tall.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, anyways, we're dancing. I'm by him. I accidentally kind of bump into him real hard. My leg hits the back of his leg, and he falls.
Uh-oh.
And I remember as he's falling, dancing next to us is this really short, maybe like 4'3", 4'5", like Asian chick.
Yeah.
Like, actually from Asia.
Yeah.
And
Teacups
falls right on top of her. And I'm telling you, I was like, oh man, I hope she's okay. I was waiting for like
teacups.
Oh, Teacup fell right on her, and I'm like, oh man, I hope she's okay. And I was waiting for Teacup to get up, and like as soon as Teacup got up, she was gone, disappeared, bro. Teacup forced her ass into the back room.
What?
Yeah, he fell on her, and
You guys sentenced someone to the back.
she was gone. She fell. Like I'm telling you, he fell on top of her. You could not see her, and he got up. She was nowhere to be seen. And I looked all around, like, 'cause I felt so bad because like I'd caused it. But what made it even funnier is when I actually tripped Teacup, he wasn't the only person that fell down. This big ass unit fell on the little Asian lady, and then proceeded to knock over a bunch of other people, which ended up falling into a bunch of other people. And it turned to the point where the concert had to be paused because so many people got knocked over, and you know we couldn't, like, people were actually starting to hurt each other because like people would be dancing on people that fell over and then fall over themselves. I had caused a cascade. I knocked over the biggest dude there, and it like tumbled everybody else. So that was an awesome memory, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Man. I just can't get over you sentenced someone to the back rooms.
I sent someone to the back rooms.
Wow.
Be gone, thought.
Also, side note here, I just want to offer a personal and deep, sincere fuck you for how much editing I'm going to have to do this episode.
I know, I keep dropping. When you have so many names, I keep forgetting.
Yeah. No, I get it. I did it earlier.
Really, if you just want to keep them in, I don't think it'll hurt too much.
I don't think so. I'll have to cut out my name I dropped earlier. That one's a little too unique.
Yeah. But, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I like how these were... Our topic was outdoors, and we ended up talking about everything.
Yeah, this is not outdoor. I mean, it is on your part, but, like, yeah, this won't be... It's okay. We have a lot of leeway with our titles, so...
Yeah.
Our title formula.
But, yeah, most of these were actual proper camps. Like, we had to set up tents.
Yeah.
Set up our own cots, and then cook out and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They had spots where they had actual tent restaurants. You go in, and it was just like it was like the inside of a regular, like, fast food place, but you're in a tent. Like, they had cash registers and everything. They had stores you go into and buy T-shirts and knickknacks and stuff from the kit. Yeah, it was cool.
It's a camp, but, like, what makes this sound so cool, and, like, quite literally was, like, just Boy Scout City. Like,
it's seriously,
so
like I
cool.
said, it was the second largest, like, population center in West Virginia during the event of the camp.
Yeah.
So
Wow,
it had its own bus depot and, like, bus network, and that's what got us
Transit?
lost that one night.
Transit?
Catch me there, balls.
Hellhounds weren't even on that map, dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they had little baby gremlins.
Yeah, even
But,
worse.
Yeah. But no. And they had two stadiums, actually, like full-on stadiums. The main one, and then they had another stadium somewhere. I don't remember. I didn't go to that one a whole lot. But I got to see Donald Trump give a speech at the National Jamboree. It was cool watching the Black Hawk helicopter fly in and then seeing the
black what?
SUVs. The black helicopter.
The black what?
Black hole sun.
Won't you come wash away the... It is gonna wash away the rain. We are all dying in a solar storm tomorrow at 2:14 p.m.
You have to blow up the sun to prevent us from the sunstorm.
Yes.
I think that'll save us all of it.
Yep.
Anyways, it was just cool. I got to watch Donald Trump give a speech. I got to see the Plain Whiteys give a performance.
Hey there, Delilah.
Not
What's
minus.
it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles
It's funny
away, but
because the
girls
entire
tell me you
camp-
look so pretty. Yes, you do. I'm sorry.
They performed that song, and they performed some other ones. I don't even know. No, see what made it awful was the entire time they performed at the very last night of the National Jamboree, and the entire time we're being hyped that the secret performance at the end of the camp would be Imagine Dragons. We were flat out told by some of the staffers, yeah, it was Imagine Dragons. and then we're all like getting to performance. They're doing like their Boy Scout speeches. We had who's the guy that did Dirty Jobs? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know the song. I don't know the dude.
No, not a song. The show, the TV show.
Oh,
Dirty Jobs. No, I've done
Jobs.
stuff like that.
I was thinking
I forget
Dirty
his name.
Deeds.
Oh no.
Uh,
No, the TV show Dirty. He was an Eagle Scout,
No, I know.
and he came out and gave a speech at the National Jamboree. That was pretty
shit.
cool. Yeah, they had some famous people. Some people I didn't know or really care, but they had that guy come out. Of course, Donald Trump. Then
yeah.
they had some performances, like minor level bands come out and do performances, and then finally the big show of the camp. Like this is like because they had like pyrotechnics and everything, fucking fireworks. Like super loud, like bassy dubsteps that were like on the ground and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so during every performance, they'd have fireworks shoot off, and like, it was awesome. You fucking explode. Anyways, I don't know what it is with me and explosions lately, but we're like all hyper jumping
get a
up and
big
stuff
one
like
tomorrow.
that. Yeah. Oh yeah. And we're like, all right, the moment you've been waiting for, like doing the drum and stuff like that. The group you like just so like slotting from the mouth to here. Just made up a new word. You're like salivating. Plain whiteys. I was like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah, baby.
I knew Hey There Delilah, but I didn't know that was the group that sung it.
Yeah, baby. So
And everybody, when they come running out the stage, I'm telling you, everybody was going. All you could hear was, boo.
damn.
I felt so bad. They looked so devastated.
Oh,
I felt so
damn,
bad
dude.
because
So
we were
like,
told
y'all
that-
ungrateful motherfuckers got someone better than Imagine Dragons. Sorry,
No,
I'm sorry.
they're
I'm
not
sorry.
that one.
Nah, bro.
They're not
Hey There,
awful.
Delilah claps any Imagine Dragons song, bro.
Yeah, I will tell you, it's not that great live though.
Don't ruin.
Matter of
my
fact,
hopes and
all of their
dreams, bro.
songs are not that good live.
Yeah, man. Bit aside, they are the definition of a one-hit wonder. I would also be
Yeah.
very disappointed in that.
They started performing other songs and I did not know who they were until they finally like. I remember asking my buddy Lightball like, "Who the hell are these guys?" And they're like, "I think they wrote Hey There Delilah." And then like after they get to like their two songs I never heard before, they finally get to Hey There Delilah. I was like, "Oh!" We're both like, "Oh, it is them." And they even changed like a lyric in there to like be special for Boy Scouts.
Oh,
But
what
the
was
entire
it?
time, I don't remember. Because
What's it like in West Virginia?
something like that? Something Boy Scouts.
Oh,
but
that's
I
just
couldn't, like,
corny.
Yeah, I couldn't pay attention because everybody was booing
All the way through the whole performance?
all the way through. Everybody was just like, "You suck" and shit. Like you'd hear it all throughout. Like imagine
Fuck
50,000
you!
kids. Yeah, in a stadium, 50,000 kids booing and just yelling slurs and insults. There's no
Fuck
slurs. in there.
Delilah!
Well, that's the whole point of the song. You can't. She lives too far away. in New
Hey
York
there,
City.
Delilah! More like goodbye, Delilah! Get off the fucking stage!
Dude, I think that's actually what I'd yell. Hey there, Delilah! Or, this song's pretty shitty. Or something like that.
Damn.
Wanna match dragons, so get off and hit the gritty. I don't gritty was not a thing at the time. This way said it.
Oh, man.
But no, it was Cancer Spectacular. That shit would have you crying at the end of every like major event that they did
Damn.
at camp. Because what have we done? With music, like with fireworks shooting up in the air.
Yeah.
Just shit like that.
Oh, man. That sounds so fucking cool, dude.
I have
I'm
some saved.
genuinely like fiending jealous of Boy Scouts just for the National Jamboree.
Yeah, they were not cheap. I had to work off the National Jamboree for my grandma.
Yeah, I didn't think
Yeah,
about
they were
that
not
part.
cheap. But the World Jamboree, I was going to work off, and my grandma pulled the 180 and was like, "You know what? I love you, grandson. You don't have to work this off."
Oh.
I was like, "You know what? I love you, grandma. I love you, grandgrands."
You
I
do
have some
have to
saved to
put your
myself.
weapons on the floor and kneel because you're being executed.
Fireworks moment. I have a random picture from Phasmophobia from like May 2021. That was the same night. I have a picture of you with the kazoo and an airsoft shotgun and the funky glasses.
Oh wow, I love that picture.
I do too.
I remember I'll always stumble across the "Hey Peter" clip.
Yeah.
Hey, Peter.
Anytime I try to describe that story to people, people look at me like I'm schizo. Because most people don't know what phasmophobia
Oh
is.
yeah. And you know, there is the detail that the ghost didn't actually say, "Hey Peter." It wasn't repeating. He said, "I'm here," but the timing is what makes that story.
Just like, hey, Peter.
For context for the viewers, me and David were playing Phasmophobia after like a really long time of not touching the game. So the ghosts had been like the AI had been changed and everything. And we were just kind of screwing around like in the local voice chat of Phasmophobia. We were like, "Hey Peter, hey Peter," because the whole, you know, I think that meme was kind of bumping at the time.
Yeah.
And we just hear the ghost in the other room like, "Hey Peter."
It scared the shit out of. I think we were in the bathroom.
Yeah,
right
we
next
just
to the
both went silent and
bathroom,
stared at
just
each other.
Ran out. Yeah. Just ran out the house and then went quiet for a good bit and just was like looking at each other like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Because we had thought, like, my first thought was like, oh my god, they changed the ghosts, they can mimic you now. But
Yeah.
no, we found out later through our more knowledgeable friends that the ghost was just saying, "I'm here," in a really demonic voice. But the timing of when he said it and how similar it sounded was crazy.
Just sounded exactly like, hey, Peter. I have a video of Ivan busting.
Please send that to me. I'll cut this part. Shout out to Ivan Avalar. We need competition in these streets. Please bring back the Modern Experience podcast.
Please.
Please.
We need to do, not to mention, we need to have not compilations. What do you call it when two groups get together?
Collaboration.
Collaboration. Say group, no.
Yeah, we need to bring together the Kewlcast and the Modern Experience. Make it happen. DM the episode link. If you know Ivan Avalar, send this episode link to him. Get him
Show
back
up at
in
his
the
front
streets.
porch.
Please just beat him up in the streets. Yeah. Let's get it going. Let's get it going, Ivan.
Let's get it, honestly.
Let's get it going.
I'm looking for videos from the Jamboree, but I don't have any. Like I said, that phone was corrupted, and let's just say Verizon Cloud is a doo-doo service. If you guys don't trust Verizon, I'll just tell you that.
Oh, wow.
Anything past their service or their data plans, don't trust them. The Verizon Cloud, I lost literally like probably 10 to 11,000 photos and videos.
Ooh.
So basically, most of my childhood.
That is rough.
Yeah, and there's just a weird part now in my gallery of everything, just starting at 2000 or starting in 10th grade. So 9th grade, 8th grade, and 7th grade, like the most exciting times of my life.
Yep.
Gone.
Damn.
Okay, I do have some saved.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah. At the World Jamboree, that's loud. It's in the phone. At the World Jamboree, they had a concert, and that was the first time I'd ever seen the drones that could do shapes.
They had those?
Yeah, they had those at the big ceremony, like end finale ceremony. They had the drones go up and do different shapes. As a matter of fact, I was just about to send it to you.
That's still kind of new technology. I think they're still perfecting that to this day. That's crazy. That was really new when you experienced that then.
Yeah, it's just 2019.
Damn.
The file sending. It's preparing.
Oh, I just got the Ivan busting, dude. That is...
I love that. I'll never not love that photo.
Oh, man.
I think for the Modern Experience, like group chat or whatnot, I kept making that the main photo.
I should do it right now. Does that...
File too large, bro's got a tight butthole.
They weren't cut out this time. They genuinely just stopped talking for this long. I don't know.
Anyways,
what did you just say?
Do you have any more stories?
Circling back to fishing, I forget about this all the time. I got second place in a speckled trout tournament.
Really?
As a kid, yes.
I didn't even know that. That's the first time.
Yeah, I forget about that. I have the trophy. It's somewhere in Dad's house.
Yeah.
Up somewhere. I had second place, or no, I held first place for a really long time. And then, like, I think right near the end, someone came in with one that was just barely bigger than mine, so swooped me out of first. It was kind of tragic, but I mean, that's second place for a fishing tournament down here, with how big fishing kind of is and fishing tournaments are. Yeah, that was kind of dope.
Oh yeah, that's actually kind of impressive. They have speckled trout down here.
Yes, that's the main thing Dad and I fish for.
And out in your city or my city, or just in the
your
bay?
city, the bay between.
Okay. Well, shoot. We have to look up what baits they like and like environment stuff. That actually
Live
might
shrimp,
be worth like a
baby.
live shrimp.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I wonder how well a voodoo shrimp would go. Can
I
always
don't
test
know. Lures are hard. Lures are a hard game.
Yeah.
I'm not
They
gonna
are.
ever diss it, but I will. There's no denying they're a hard game.
No, yeah, live bait. See, it's just the sweet spot for me is I would prefer to use live or cut bait.
Mhm.
But if I could figure out how to use lures, that would be a great boon. Because when I don't have like live shrimp,
Oh,
just
yeah.
toss on a live like a lure shrimp and just learning how to use, like if I can use that effectively, then you know,
Yeah, man.
not saying it, but yeah.
I want to go. I keep saying it, and Dad, he's gonna get on it. I swear, I'm gonna make him get on it as soon as he's done with the shutdown. We are doing some speckled trout fishing on the bay. I promise you.
I'm so looking forward to that too. I have to get my boat fishing license, but I don't care. Be
Yeah,
worth it.
I think trout is my favorite to fish for. Yeah. 100%.
The biggest rush I've gotten, and the one I like, my Moby Dick that I've been after now was one time I was fishing with my grandparents and my mom and brother, and we were fishing out this one kind of just a lagoon. I managed to catch a pompano, and that was the most thrilling catch I'd ever done. That thing was so muscular, and it
Ooh.
fought. And I actually legit had to fall onto like how to catch a fish in Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
Like it was that dramatic. It was just like like the fish going this way, you had to pull that way, but you don't want to snap the line. It's like step maneuvering.
Yeah.
When I got it up on the shore, that was one of the greatest feelings. I didn't know what fish it was at the time. My granddad said it was a tuna fish. I thought it was a tuna fish. I didn't have a cooler on me and I had to throw it back. I was so upset, but like the one time I didn't bring a cooler or ice, I caught the coolest fish I'd ever caught.
Aw, man.
Yep. So
That's how she goes.
and you can eat those. Yeah, you can eat those and they're not regulated. Well, you can't. Oh, they are minor regulated, but the size regulated.
I know,
Any time of year. And stuff.
The most recent big catch I have was about a year or two out.
Oh yeah.
Year or two back, I should say. It's a pretty scary catch, actually. Me and my dad went out at night for trout, our usual trout spot out on, I'm not going to say the name of the bridge, actually, but it was the first time me and you fished together, that bridge we were right beside, it was that bridge.
Oh yeah.
We have a spot out there under it where a light is, and we fish on that light, and it's supposed to be really good for trout. But, you know, I get this big hook. Like, I got something big on. I'm like, oh, this is about to be a delicious trout, bruh. And I'm reeling. I finally get him up. It's a big-ass, like, alligator gar, bro.
Oh, my
Not a gator,
goodness.
but a gar. Like, a big old alligator gar, bro.
Them things are still terrifying.
Those are terrifying. Like, I'm like, is this an eel? I think I didn't really know what a gar was before that. So that was, my dad was like, oh, you got a gar. I'm like, get it off. Get this out of here,
dude. You need to leave.
You need to get away from
What? Literally that moment, just the fish. What is going on?
Dude, I love that.
What
clip
is
so
going on?
much. I love that clip. If
Top.
I can find that clip while I'm editing,
I haven't
play
saved.
that clip. Yeah, send it to me so I can play it. Oh, speaking of clips we gotta play, it is very late into the episode. Preston may not be here this week. However, unless he put it in last week, which I don't think he did, but We have an update to his honey mustard bit. We have an update
Oh,
to the
yeah.
Oreos that we filmed when we hung out. So
You
we
guys are
still
doing a lot of
do have the
content.
honey mustard bit. So here, right here, I will play the updated Oreos honey bit testing.
It's me editing, and that fucker is asleep. I don't have the footage. Bastard.
And there you go. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you agree?
Wow,
Try it yourself.
That was...
That was really surprising. I
amazed.
really liked when David reached for an Oreo at the end.
Yeah, I really liked when I reached for an Oreo at the end.
Yeah.
That was a really good Oreo.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the clip. Still, it took a long time. Sorry, just old Instagram memes were built different. This shit actually makes me laugh when I'm looking at them now.
Instagram probably is the only place that I can find memes now that consistently make me laugh.
Yeah.
They're just I guess I never understood how untamed Instagram is.
Yep, you'll actually go through a phase where people are genuinely just posting actual racist stuff. Like, they're not even funny. Like, you'll just read that, you won't even laugh. You're just like, oh, that's just racist. For real, that's racist.
I honestly really hate this trend. I don't want to endorse it because it's really just not funny, but there's a trend going on that I keep getting recommended where it's like, it'll be the stupid text-to-speech voice, and it'll start off the sentence with, like, there's a word that starts with N in there, and they straight up have the text-to-speech say the N-word. And so it's kind of baiting at this point. It's like content baiting. Of course, every comment is like, bro, he did not say nether. Like, that did not say knitting. Like, it's stupid. And it's genuinely not funny.
I don't know if I really want to say any that I know that I've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm the minority here, but still. It's kind of fucked up. Yeah, Instagram is really untamed. Matter of fact, there's actual, like, they make memes from, like, me opening Instagram to see, like, the 11th day of opening Instagram to watch somebody die.
Yep.
Like, actual videos of just people dying.
Or
I saw one...
the breaking leg compilation. Ugh.
Just anything breaking, dude. Matter of fact, I think I saw one. I don't know if it's confirmed or not, because everybody likes spreading misinformation in the comments. Because they'll be like, it's a fake head. Haha, Dave Warner spreading misinformation. Yeah, little spoiler alert. I already said it. But there's this one where, I guess somewhere in South America or Middle America, Central America, this dude is like filming speaking Spanish, and there's just a head floating in the water, and he pokes it with a stick.
Oh my.
Yeah. Under a bridge. That's just like on Instagram. On Instagram. It's the meme of the dude looking in like from SpongeBob, the fish looking in the toilet. Yep. Oh, that's a severed head floating in the river. On Instagram.
Yep. There's one I saw.
Statement redacted.
I saw this one on the internet. A lady is just walking down the street. And it's like one of those kind of Middle Eastern countries that are very like bad with traffic and road laws. And she like is walking, and this bus is turning right beside her and makes this like really tight turn, and it pins her against a pole, and it pinned her at such an angle that immediate decapitation. So that was really not fun to watch and just see randomly on the funny meme section.
Yeah, you'd be scrolling, see a cat do a funny thing, scroll down, and then you're just like, oh, bus, like, what's gonna happen? Oh, that's a decapitation.
That's a decapitation on my funny meme page.
Haha, people are so funny for posting this.
They're so quirky, like...
It's the whole loud doesn't equal funny bit. Like, there was a period where everybody just thought the louder you were, the funnier you were, but it's not. There is like there's a context for like being loud. I would say the same with dark humor. There's just a context for being dark humor, and then there's just like it's not even funny.
Yes.
Like being dark does not equal funny.
The kids at school who would walk up, show you straight gore, and think it's the funniest fucking thing on the planet. I don't want to go into the specifics because I know one of those deeply bothered you, but we knew a guy.
I know. I still see it very vividly in my mind because that one was actually fucked up.
Yeah. There's a...
Yeah, that one's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came up to us one day because we're just in the comments hanging out, you know, me, Preston, Travis, and some other kids we knew. Random kid, senior, I think, too.
Before you
comes
go
up.
into it, I'll say that one is too bad to actually describe.
I'm not going to even
Yeah,
go
don't.
into it, yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, he just flashes his phone at Gore.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, don't you think this is pretty funny? And, like, does that, like, he gets up beside me, shoulder to shoulder. Hey, this is pretty funny. Don't you think so? And he, like, kind of moves the phone screen during my direction. And I just looked at Gore. That was some of the worst Gore I've ever seen as a video.
Oh, man.
There were actually some of the saddest Gore I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
Fucking hoodie guy sent me out of nowhere on Snapchat.
Oof.
That one actually.
Hoodie guy.
still
Yeah, he was
bothers me.
bad about that.
Yeah, and he sent me one that actually is still kind of, it's sad. I don't want to say it. It was along the lines of that war. Never mind.
Yeah, I think this might be a topic we need to
Steer away from.
inch away from.
If not, just cut out entirely.
Yeah, just straight up, Gore isn't funny.
Gore is not funny. It is.
I
not.
should
Gore does
clarify
not even-
real Gore. I think there's been times where, like, absurd movie gore can be funny, and I understand how that's not funny
Sometimes,
to people, but...
It's not funny to me, but I can understand. I can respect it, I guess.
Yes.
But yeah, just actual straight up Gore is like, bro. Yeah,
Oh, man.
dude. But back to camping.
Yeah, it's
Fishing.
camping.
How the hell did we get to hear from like
Oh, man.
catching a alligator gar?
I don't know. Oh, my lord. Oh, wow. I looked away from the recording for a couple minutes. We are at an hour and 34.
Alrighty.
I guess that's
Well,
it.
I don't really have much to add. Yeah, I guess that's all we had
That's
to
all.
say.
I do want to remind you of one thing, one awful memory. Spiders, canoe, water gun. You're
Oh
welcome.
yeah. That wasn't that awful.
No, I still
Oh,
think
it was
it's
awful
funny.
at the moment. I find.
At least it turned into one of those things you can look back and laugh on.
Oh yeah, I fondly remember.
Quick context for the viewers. The first camping trip David and I ever went on together, it was my dad and my family for once actually planned the trip. We had kayaks. We went kayaking. And we had water guns to kind of like, obviously like, fuck with each other along the river. Just shoot each other with water guns. And Dad... Somebody had lost their water gun. It had fallen... it was your water gun? Yeah, it had fallen, and it had drifted off into the brush, into this, like, really bushy, like brushed up area. And David, being the brave soul he is, rose right into it to get that water gun. Huge banana spider nest. Huge.
Yep, didn't see it until last second. I just see a single banana spider hanging up.
Oof.
Right as I'm going in, I see it right in front of my face. I'm like, holy shit, already regretting my decision. As I'm going through the branches, like, you know, it's hitting my faces. I'm like doing that like stereotypical movie / cartoon, just pushing it out of my face. I come out and they're all over me, all over my arms, the boat, the legs. I'm like, throughout the rest of the like 30-minute to an hour like canoe ride to the end of the river that we were on, I would just move something and there'd be a banana spider there, and I'd have to like throw it out of the boat. Matter of fact, at the very end, when we were getting like up to the shore and like your dad was pulling up his kayak and then you were pulling up your kayak, it was my turn. As I was getting out of my kayak, there was a spider chilling right behind my back.
Oh, man.
The entire time, big ass banana spider, about the size, about, I guess I have big hands, but about the size of an average person size hands.
Oof.
Yep.
On that note, kayaking, I know that's not a bad example, but that is something I really love. That's something I want to get into. If you're interested in that at all, yes, I love kayaking.
FYI, I just got
that's
the kayak
something that
from my
pairs
grandma's.
well with fishing too.
Yep, I just got the kayak from my grandma's.
You got, like, it's a kayak?
Yeah, I have the Piro that you saw, I think.
I don't think I got a good look at that, actually.
Okay. And then I got an actual kayak.
Oh, dude. I don't
It's
think
my
my
mom's
dad
thing.
still has his kayaks, but I'll look. I'll see if I can. I'll look
I'd have
into
to
it.
check if mine's a 2-seater. I mean, that'd be.
I doubt it.
I doubt, but The P-Row could fit 2 people. I know that much.
Yeah.
Just you'd have to add stabilizers or something.
Take her down the river. But
Yeah.
yeah, let's talk on that more after the episode.
Honestly, yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, guys,
Man.
I guess I'll roll us out of here real quick. This was definitely a rambler. Our initial
Oh, yeah.
topic did not stick. This is pretty all over the place. But, you know, that's part of the joy of our podcast.
Oh yeah. You got to see a snippet of 2 deep friends talking.
Yeah.
No, we have not explored each other's body. Just
Not yet.
you're gonna ask that. Oh.
Not yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not
yet.
Travis, lead with the outro again?
I have been Travis, aka Team Kewl. You can find me on YouTube at Team Kewl 5355. The last video is not meant for you. David, aka Duck and Rolls.
Goodbye.
Make sure to check out our social medias. We have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We are also on Spotify.
Yes, sir.
On YouTube, if you are from somewhere else, yes, check out our YouTube as well. Kewlcast Podcast. Just search in the Kewlcast Podcast anywhere you go. We tend to upload on Fridays at 12 p.m. and
Fridays.
Is it Fridays?
I thought it was Tuesdays, 12 p.m.
It is Tuesdays. I was thinking of the gaming videos. I'm so
Nope.
sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, it is.
Tuesdays.
It is Tuesdays, 12 p.m. for the podcast. Our gaming channel, our podcast after show, usually Fridays, 12 p.m. We've had a bit of a hiatus with Preston being gone, but we are still very active there usually. So check us out, any of those places. Thank you.
Sure.
And
We always love
goodbye.
seeing you there.
Yeah.
Remember,
Stay
stay Kewl.
Kewl. And bingo bongo, that's the episode.